A 5-3 win for the Tampa Bay Lightning in Toronto, David. The series is now tied between Toronto and Tampa Bay. Our coverage here on the fourth period presented to you by Bitbuy. Use referral code TFP to receive up to $50 in free crypto. Terms and conditions apply. Let's start with the Tampa Bay Lightning, David. And you knew they were going to bounce back after game one.
You absolutely did. This was a huge rebound game. We talked about it in the pregame report, how this was not only a rebound game for Andrei Vasilevskiy, who has yet won again after a loss in the postseason, but also an overall rebound game for this team. A lot more structured, a lot more responsible, a lot heavier. And they were, at most times of this game, controlling the pace of play. First period looked pretty solid, looked pretty even. But as the game progressed, they really started to kind of control the tempo of this game. Goal after goal, more confidence, and it looked like for the most part Toronto was up on their heels a little bit. But this was a performance that we kind of expected, quite frankly, in game one from the Tampa Bay Lightning. They did it here tonight in game two.
Tampa Bay was plus 105 on the money line before this game started. I'm not going to get into that, but it was just pretty shocking to me to see that. But you know what they say, David? Sometimes your best offense comes from an excellent defense, and that started with Andrei Vasilevskiy and Victor Hedman.
Yeah, and I mean, going to your first point with respect to Tampa being the underdogs, I mean, look, Toronto earned it. They played tremendously well in the first game. They earned being, yet again, the favorites in this one. But Tampa came around and played solid, played more structured. And when you've got Vasilevskiy and Victor Hedman, who is arguably the best defenseman in the National Hockey League, he's not going to win the Norris this season.
No.
But, I mean, he'll probably be number 3. It'll come down to Makar and Yossi. But regardless, when you've got a defenseman of his caliber on the back end that's leading the charge and is responsible and then can pop in the first goal to end the first period, I mean, that just adds that much more to the locker room. And you're playing with an extra sense of confidence. Your chest is puffed out a little bit more, knowing you've got that caliber of a player, that leader on your team, playing as well as he has at all 200 feet of the ice.
Nikita Kucherov also getting in on the scoring action with 3 points, and Braden Point also with the goal. So when their big dogs score and get on the score sheet, good things usually happen for the Tampa Bay Lightning. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, their big dogs got on the score sheet as well. Austin Matthews scoring, Mitch Marner scoring, Michael Bunting getting a goal, and also Mitch Marner. Were you encouraged with the Leafs play in the third period, with their ability to come back? I know they didn't win, but they have to be encouraged with the way they came back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're going to lose a game, this isn't the worst way to do it. I mean, certainly you want to be a little bit more in it throughout the full 60 minutes. But when it was 5-1, I thought, okay, that's it. Toronto's going to kind of just maintain their same pace of play, and that'll be the end of it. They'll focus on game 3 in Tampa. But they really started to push themselves in the third period and almost message sending. Look, we're not going to lay down. We're not going to lay over. If you want to beat us, you have to actually beat us. And Toronto went through that third period, obviously down, but fighting and clawing right to the end of it. So kudos to the Maple Leafs for that performance. It's kind of reminiscent of what we saw in game 1 for them. And again, message sending going into game 3 in Tampa on Friday.
Can't wait for that, David. Thank you very much for this. Again, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning all even at 1 game apiece with game 3 on Friday night.